What's up everyone? My name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So as you could probably already tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, I am building with the brand new Cozy Bistro kit for this build, and I'm working on a bistro or lounge in the world of San Sequoia, which is the world that came with the Growing Together expansion pack. For some reason I thought that a bistro in this world would go really nicely, especially in this more downtown area where you can see more of those like townhouse type builds. And for some reason this just came to mind and I thought it would look good here, and I think it looks so fun on this lot, especially with the water on the back of the lot, and there's going to be such a beautiful view. We're going to have small tables and chairs out front but also out back, and it's just going to be so cozy and fun. So yeah, this build is definitely focusing on the new Cozy Bistro kit that did come out earlier this week, like a few days ago actually, together with the other kit, the Riviera Retreat, I think is what it's called. For some reason my brain does not want to remember the name of the Riviera one, but I think it's Riviera Retreat if I'm saying and pronouncing that correctly. I really like that one too. I am using a couple of items from that kit in this build as well. This is by no means a limited pack build. I'm using a lot of packs to kind of see how I can mix and match the bistro kit with just different packs and styles that we have in the game, and I feel like this build came together very, very nicely. Also, I will say, quick disclaimer, I was gifted these kits for free through the EA Creator Network, so thank you so much to EA for providing me with the codes for these kits. Also, if you are thinking of purchasing these kits or any other The Sims 4 DLC, you can consider using my creator code, which is Simmary Sims. You can use that at checkout in the EA app or on thesims.com. It's not a discount code, but basically what it means is a small percentage of your purchase, of what you're spending on whatever packs you're buying, will go directly to me to support me and my content. So that's basically what that means. So just a quick disclaimer and to get that all out of the way, and thank you so much to EA for sponsoring that portion of the video and for gifting me these kits, of course. But yeah, you can see that it's coming together, the exterior. I was definitely having, well, not issues, but it didn't come as easily to me, this one, because I'm not very familiar with building in this style that we're doing today. I don't actually really know what to call this even. To me, it's just like an old town building kind of a situation. It's not a townhouse because I didn't put any apartments or anything on top, or it's not like a residential, like livable space. You could turn it into that. Like you could very easily do like apartments on the second floor or something like that. But yeah, I don't really know what to call this. To me, this screams French, because also the bistro kit and like it feels very French to me, but I'm not even sure if that's even correct. So please let me know what you think of this this style and what it's giving in your opinion. Like what sort of style, what sort of like, what will you call this style? I'm just very curious. I'm not really sure what to do with it, but I was just kind of browsing on Pinterest, looking at Parisian cafes and stuff like that, just little storefronts, stuff like that. And that's kind of what inspired me to build this. But this whole build is just kind of from scratch. And I was definitely, it took me a second to get this together. I will also skip over a little part. I did some landscaping and stuff just by myself. And also some of the floor planning. I did do this entire build over on Twitch, by the way, but I did do a little bit of landscaping and stuff for the exterior by myself just to, you know, make the whole process go a little bit faster. But of course, towards the end of the video, I'll give you a tour of the build and then we can have a quick look at just everything and how it looks in real time. So that's also fun. But yeah, this bistro is first and foremost a lounge, but it's actually functional as multiple community lots. I made it so that you can use it as a lounge, a restaurant, a bar, and a library. There's a library up on the second floor. For the longest time, I wasn't sure what to do with the second floor. I wanted to make apartments, but then I was like, I always do that where you have a bistro or a bakery or a restaurant or a cafe and then apartments on top, which is really cute and just so fun. But it's also something that I always do, or not always, but I just my brain tends to go there, and it's just like, it's really fun and cute, but I wanted to do something different. So I decided to put a small library on top, and I just thought that the two combined so nicely, or the 3 or 4 actually, but yeah, the bistro slash lounge, or the lounge slash restaurant slash bar, I should say, is basically just the same thing. You use the same area for that. I just added a kitchen, so if you wanted to have your Sims go out for dinner, you can set it as a restaurant. And bar and lounge, to me, in my opinion, I feel like is essentially kind of the same. The only difference is that you need like a musical instrument and a microphone, I believe, for the lounge, and for the bar, you don't need that. You need a TV. But for the rest, like functionality wise, I feel like it's pretty similar. So you could just choose whatever you want. A bartender spawns for both. And I do think a bartender actually also spawns for a restaurant if you happen to have a bar, which is of course the case for this one as well. So that's kind of fun. I know that dine out is very glitchy, but maybe you want to have your Sims go out to dinner, then that is definitely a possibility to do that here as well. I think that would be so cozy. And then, yeah, like I said, the library on top is just on the second floor. It's just something very cozy. It is only a small library, but it does have everything you need. It has, of course, a bunch of bookcases, but then also a small study space with some computer desks and some of those research machines from Discovery University, which I feel like would be so helpful, and a couple of chess tables and also a telescope, of course. So all the necessities to have a functional library in your game. So yeah, you can kind of pick and choose and change up like how you want to use this lot. And I think that's really fun. So here you can see I'm kind of making it dark. I'm just kind of trying to go through and put some lights in. I did really want to make sure that this build lights up properly when it's dark outside. It's something that for my residential houses, I don't really pay that much attention to, but for some reason for community lots, I pay like a lot closer attention to that because I just want it to look cozy at nighttime as well. I can totally see your Sims like visiting this lounge or bar at night when it's dark or getting dark outside, but still wanting to hang out outside, like in the summertime, for example. I just think that that would be so fun. But yeah, the Cozy Bistro kit. Let me know if you purchased it and what your opinion is on this kit. I personally really like it. I did have to get used to the items a little bit. I was just kind of like browsing through when I first got my hands on it to see what it was all about. I really like it. I think it's very cute. I did have to get used to the chairs because they're so much more like refined and thin. It almost feels like it's leaning a little bit alpha custom content, if that makes sense, if you're familiar with that. It's just so much more like thin and refined than the chairs or other items in The Sims usually are. So I definitely had to get used to that a little bit. I do think they look really cute, especially combined with those tiny little tables with the beautiful tablecloths on it. I just think it's so cute. Then, of course, we have that gorgeous bar item and the backdrop for the bar, like the shelves that you can kind of put together in whatever way you want to or whatever way fits in your build. So I think that is just a really fun item. We do have a lot of bars already, but not a lot of bars with matching like backdrops or shelves. So I thought that was really fun. I am missing a couple of things though. I do really like the booths, but I wish we would have gotten a larger table to use with those booths, because a small round table with a big booth is just like, it looks a little bit odd. So I used other tables for that, but yeah, I feel like just a larger table would have been nice to have that in this pack as well. I know that kits are really small and they don't have a lot of space to add in a bunch of items as they would with like a stuff pack or any pack that's larger than a kit. But yeah, for that reason, with kits, a lot of the time for me personally, it feels like I really like them. I think they're really cute, but also it's definitely missing some things, you know? Like that's just kind of how kits feel in general to me. And I had that with this one as well. I love what they're giving us with this, but also I kind of want more to make it feel more complete, if that makes sense. For example, we got that coffee maker, which I think is wonderful. It's so pretty. It's so good. Finally, a good looking coffee maker. It's been so long since we've gotten a new one. Are all the coffee makers in the base game? I'm not exactly sure. I do know we got some of those bigger ones for the cafes with Get Together, but for the rest, I'm not exactly sure. The coffee makers look very old, and this is such a beautiful, like proper coffee maker that I love, and I will use that in all my kitchens from now on. But in this kit, this kit doesn't come with a surface where you can actually slot the coffee maker to, which to me just feels a little weird. It would have been so perfect if you were able to slot it to the bar, but you can't. So I made it work in this one. I cheated my way around it. I placed the coffee maker on an island counter, then I sized down the island counter, and then I kind of merged it into the bar. You can kind of see how I did that with the bar there, but I'll also show you when we do the tour of the build. So there is a way to go around that. However, your coffee maker won't be actually functional when you do that. So it's just for decor purposes where I placed it for this one. So yeah, that's just, I mean, I wish it would slot to that bar. I feel like there's more than enough space. It is, that little area where I placed it is the exact same size as an island counter as well. So I feel like it almost should be possible. It's just not for whatever reason. And that is, that's a shame. It would have made it so much more, like so much more complete. So yeah, there's that. But for the rest, I really like it. I love the windows and the doors. I love that bifold door and how there is a closed and an open version. I love that. I think it's so wonderful. It makes me want that for literally every door that we have in the game, which of course is not possible, but it would be so nice to have that, an open and a closed version. Gosh, I would love that so much. But yeah, for the rest, I really like the stuff. I love those dividers as well. I think those are really pretty and kind of, well, versatile, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure if I would use that in my everyday residential home, but I do love those dividers. I think they're really fun. As you can see, I kind of merged them with the booths there to kind of separate the booths from each other. I think that looks really cute as well. And of course the flooring, as you can see, I'm using the new tiles in here. Again, really pretty. Not sure if I would use that in my everyday residentials, not in my modern homes, maybe in like more traditional, older, outdated, dare I say, looking homes. Maybe I would use it there, but I do think it's a really pretty floor tile. There's a bunch of swatches, and then of course also the wallpaper that matches to the floor is really pretty as well. That one does come in some neutral swatches that I feel like I will use in residentials as well. Like I said, again, especially in more older, outdated homes, I feel like it would look really fun and it would definitely add a little touch of detail to a place, and I just feel like that would be really pretty. Also, because this is a lounge, as you can tell already, I created an area here for performances. So there is a piano and a microphone and also a guitar and a violin. So I thought that would be so cute. I can completely imagine just hanging out in this bistro and then someone in the background playing some jazzy piano and like singing some jazzy songs. I thought that would be just like totally the vibe for a place like this. That's what I was going for, at least. So yeah, that's what we're doing. And we also have a small hallway in the back here, as you can see, that leads to the kitchen. So I placed some waiter stations and stuff like that to have the restaurant functionality work for this one. And then we also have two bathrooms. I was fiddling around with the bathrooms because they're really big, but they were too small to actually turn them into two bathrooms. So I just did one bathroom, but we do have two total. We have one on the ground floor and we have a bathroom on the second floor. So I feel like that should be fine. It is a pretty big residential or community lot, but I feel like two bathrooms is still sufficient for this one. We do have a couple extra sinks though, so that's nice. But yeah, the bathrooms aren't that special. I think I only left this one downstairs bathroom in the speed build, but then like I said, we have one upstairs as well, of course, so I'll show you that when we do a little tour of the place. Also, since these bathrooms are so spacious, I decided to put in changing tables. I know it's kind of silly because I literally did not put in any other child stuff. I didn't put in any toys. I didn't put in any high chairs. Like, there's literally nothing for children on this lot except for the changing tables, which of course are for infants. So, I mean, I guess it makes it feel a little bit more complete though. So we have that as well. But yeah, for the rest, it's not really a space that is great for children. It's more so for just adult Sims, I guess, to hang out here. Maybe teenagers, but it doesn't really give teenager vibes either, I want to say. Of course, here we have the kitchen. I did place two chef stations. I do think when you do that, two chefs also spawn. I'm not exactly sure if that actually helps with speeding up the process of the food getting to your table. I don't know if the food is getting served any faster when you have two chef stations, but I always try to put in two for larger places like this. So yeah, I felt like that really worked out. And then, yeah, also we had that other kit come out, the Riviera Retreat kit. Let me know what you think of that one. I know I'm not really focusing on that kit in this build. But I do just want to share my thoughts on it since I did play with it already a little bit. I did a little room build that I updated, or a room build. I just decorated a poolside for a reel that I uploaded to my Instagram. So I did look at it. I didn't really focus on it with an entire build yet. I do want to do that, but at the same time, I feel like it's such a like backyard poolside focused kit that, I mean, I can create a whole build focusing on that kit and like that style and stuff, and that is definitely something I can do and probably will do as well. But it didn't inspire me immediately to create an entire build with. The Bistro kit did do that, since it is such a specific style, and it feels like it has just more items. I didn't actually go through and count the items, but I feel like it just has more to go off of for an entire build. Whereas with the Riviera Retreat one, of course, it comes with a lot of decorative like rocks and waterfalls for by the poolside, which I think is really pretty. But it's just a little bit less versatile. I do really like it. I think the items are very pretty. I'm excited to build some pools with beautiful waterfalls and rocks and like those wonderful edges. I think it's going to be really pretty, but again, it's not something that would suit every build with a pool. It does have to be in a specific style, which is exactly what kits do in general, I want to say. They're very niche. But yeah, it does make it so that it is a little bit less versatile, but I'm excited to like work or build some more with that one as well. I think the stuff is really pretty. When I first saw it, I was like, the items are gorgeous. They're just really well made, and it feels like custom content, which is a compliment because custom content these days is just so good. And the items in the Riviera one, it feels like CC. It's so pretty. I love the neutral swatches with the subtle hints of color. I think it's really, really nice. But yeah, like I said, it didn't inspire me immediately to do a full build focusing on that kit per se, because you wouldn't really have any items to actually put indoors. Because it comes with lounge chairs. It does come with a couple of chairs, like regular ones, but then it comes with an umbrella table and stuff like that. It's just stuff that you want to use outside, which is what the kit is focusing on, so it makes sense. But yeah, therefore I am, for now, just focusing on the Bistro one. And then later on, I'll probably also have a build where I use the Riviera stuff. But let me know what you think of those kits. Let me know which one, or maybe you got both, or maybe you're not planning on getting them at all. Let me know. I'm always so interested in hearing people's opinions and thoughts on these kits as well. And in the meantime, you can see that we are getting started, or actually we're already pretty much done with the library. It is kind of small, but I did divide it into 3 separate spaces. So we have the library area with a bunch of bookcases, a small area with a couple of love seats to hang out and do some reading. There is a table with like 4 chairs around it where you can do some reading. And then in this separate space, we have the computers and the research machines, and then of course a couple of additional bookcases. I'm using bookcases from Strangerville. I feel like that bookcase from Strangerville is by far the best one for libraries. It is medium wall height, but when I do builds like this, like libraries, I do tend to build on or with medium wall height, so that usually works out for me. So yeah, I'm using them in here as well, and I just think they're really good. And then I also created a separate little coffee nook for the library as well. I'm not exactly sure if that is really a thing. Like, would you really want to drink coffee by the books in the library? I'm not sure. For me personally, that would probably not be a great idea, but I thought it would be cute because I really wanted to use the new coffee maker again. Also, I'm using that mini fridge from the events stuff that's new. I'm still a little bit confused on that. I'm not exactly sure if I like it, but I did use it in here. Of course, you can swap it out for a regular fridge or a mini fridge from Discover University if you have that. So that's, of course, a possibility as well. But yeah, then also I just put a couple of tables and chairs in here so you can sit here, drink your coffee in the library. It could also be a good like staff area. I feel like that would also be kind of cute. And then out front here, we have a small extra balcony where I just placed a couple of chairs to begin with, but then someone suggested I put another chess table and I thought that was really cute. So I placed a chess table there and then just a couple of plants. I decided to swap out the chairs for the other chess table to make it, to have it match. And then that is basically it for this build. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the bistro in real time. So here we have the bistro in the game. I did set it as a lounge, so we have some people here. I just saw Agnes Grumplebottom stomping inside. Yeah, this is the front of the build. I just have a sim hanging out here. So yeah, we have the front here with some signage. And then around the back here, we have a small fountain, a dumpster. It's not pretty, but I thought that would make sense for a build like this. And then of course, we have some more seating over here. There is also an area for live music out here. I think that is really fun as well. I feel like that really suits this bistro kind of situation. And when you sit and hang out back here, you'll have this beautiful view over the water with a bridge here. And I don't know, I feel like it's just really dreamy. But then going inside over here, we have the entrance. And if you want to use this as a restaurant, then there'll be a host station over here where you can request a table. Of course, we have the bar here as well, where a couple of Sims are just hanging out. And as you can see, I did place that coffee table in the bar here. I'll quickly show you how I did that. Essentially, as you can see, I placed it on top of this island counter, and then I just sized down the island counter. And then when I place the bar back, I can just pick this up and merge it into my bar and just place the coffee maker however I want to place it. It's not functional that way, but it does look cute. So over here we have the music area with a piano and some other instruments and a microphone, of course. My sim is just gonna go ahead and tell some jokes. That's really fun. Then over here we have some more seating. As you can see, we also have these booths here and some more tables back here. This one's a little bit awkwardly placed, but you know, I had the space for another table there, so I figured why not. Then over here is a small hallway where I just put a couple of those waiter stations, some extra wine, and then back here is a small bathroom. So we have a couple of sinks here and then just the bathroom. There is a changing table for infants if you ever needed it. And then over here would be the kitchen for if you wanted to turn this into a functional restaurant. Oh, and look, my sim is sitting at the booth. It's actually functional. Sometimes this booth functionality I feel like is a bit fiddly, but I'm happy to see that it works for this one, so that's good. Then upstairs we have a small landing. Off of the landing here is another bathroom. I really like the bathrooms for some reason. They feel very cozy. And then off of the hallway here is the small library. I really like this one. Sims are just kind of hanging out here, using the computers and stuff, but it isn't actually functional as a library right now. But yeah, we have a bunch of bookcases. You can just hang out here. On this balcony, you can do some activities like chess or stargazing. Over here, we have the computers. Someone's just playing some games over here. We also have some research machines. And then in the back here is that tiny little coffee corner with a coffee maker that's actually functional. But yeah, that is basically it for this build. So this cozy bistro is up on the gallery and I uploaded it as a lounge, but like I said, it also functions as a bar, a restaurant, or a library. So you can kind of pick and choose between those. And it goes on a 30 by 20 in the world of San Sequoia. So if you want to place it in your game, then that's where it goes. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can of course go ahead and download this build off the gallery. Like I just showed you, my username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you'd like to get notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week, so if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!